Hello and welcome to India Today NE. In last 2 months, in the state of Assam, 27 nationals, foreign nationals, have been deported from the state and from the country on charges of visa violations. They came to India on tourist visas and they were found to be involved in religious activities according to Assam Police. And subsequently, they were deported from the country because if someone comes on a tourist visa, they cannot take part in religious activities. And if we count the numbers, altogether 33 individuals have been deported this year itself. Some of them were Christian missionaries, some of them were Muslim preachers. To talk about this issue, which has been alleged to be a kind of religious agenda of the state government, we have with us Special DGP of Assam, GP Singh. Welcome, Mr. Singh, to India Today NE.
Thank you.
Though these people have been deported, all the foreign nationals, on visa violations, there was a clear violation of government rules. It's been alleged by some quarters that these people are detected and deported because the current dispensation of Assam, they believe in certain kind of political agenda which revolves around religion. How do you respond to this allegation?
First and foremost, I would like to answer your question about why this action now. Now, after the Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma took over in May 21, he had given us a very clear direction that all kinds of unlawful activities have to be contained and controlled with a very, very strong measure as per law taken. So, on all fronts, we have taken strong action, and this is one of those. Now, coming to the part relating to the deportation. So, when the visa travel restrictions ended after the COVID, we started getting information that some people from different countries are coming and taking parts in religious congregations of different religions. We started getting this information, we started verifying the information, and we came to know that some people had taken part in some takreers in the interior chor areas, and accordingly we verified the information and found that they were carrying tourist visas, which prohibits any participation, active participation in religious activities. So on account of that, early part of this year, 6 people were deported, and in September we deported 17 people from Bangladesh who were taking part in takreers in interior chor areas. Subsequently, in the month of October, we got information about 3 Swedish persons visiting some tea garden areas in Upper Assam and taking active part in preaching and healing festival in Naharkatia area. We verified the information, they were traveling on tourist visas. Then later we got information about a group of 7 German nationals who were again actively participating in Christian religious activity in various churches and congregations. We collected evidence whether it was a general visit to any of the religious place or was there active participation in preaching and other religious practices. We found that they were actively engaging in preaching and other practices like healing and similar things. So in all these cases, we took recourse to the law. We checked their visas, which were found to be tourist visas. Then we, as per law, we fined them and then deported them as per rules. So 10 such people have been deported in last 1 month.
That's perfectly legal. But why this question? Many people are asking this question is because for last 2 years there was no travel, but before that, before 2020, we didn't hear such cases in Assam. Though there had been talks about religious conversion going on in the state in certain pockets, but we didn't see that kind of police action, police proactiveness. Why this proactiveness now?
As I have already said that after the Honorable Chief Minister took over last year in May, he said wherever you get information of violation of law on any count, on any front, you should take firm lawful action. This is part of that. So, as you asked me last time why uh, action is being taken against organized crime now, my answer is same, that we have a clear mandate and clear direction from the Honorable Chief Minister that wherever there is violation of law, rule of law has to be followed and everyone has to go as per rule of law. In fact, yesterday we had almost 15-hour long conference where all the district superintendents of police were also there. There also the message was similar, that we have to ensure that rule of law takes precedence.
So, in the name of rule of law, there is no religious agenda. It's purely anything which is illegal, you will take action.
Absolutely. How can we take action on anything which is not unlawful?
I'm not saying that you cannot take action, but this proactivism is meant only on religious agendas, or it is also meant for other sphere of activities, or if it is related to some particular religious
I
activities.
reiterate again, the direction from the Honorable Chief Minister is absolutely clear, and the police leadership is also in sync with this, that all kinds of unlawful activities across the spectrum have to be very, very firmly dealt.
These things are coming to notice because the police force, thanks to the directive of the Honorable CM, has become proactive, or there is an increase in such kind of activities in the state.
I think it is more like people have now confidence in the government and police that if they give information, action would be taken. And the flow of information on all kinds of unlawful activities has increased. Another thing that I would like to say is that we have also leveraged the social media in a big way. So, a lot of information comes to us on social media platforms, be it against corruption, be it against organized criminal activity, in this case. And as I uh, told you earlier, what we do is that we do not reach out to any such group of foreigners uh, on the receipt of information itself. We first do what is due diligence in our parlance. We collect information from various platforms, and only when we are sure that all these parameters are there which are indicative of violation of tourist visa, then only we seek information whether they are traveling on tourist visa or whether they are on missionary visa, which is the M1 visa. And the moment we come to know that it is tourist visa, we present them with all the details that we have regarding the violation of tourist visa, so that further lawful action can be taken.
One more allegation against the Assam police force is this, that whenever you arrest someone on whatever ground, you slap UAPA. For instance, some people are arrested for starting a museum called Mia Museum, and they were arrested and later they were slapped with UAPA. Is it that they are seriously a threat to the country to be charged under UAPA, or is it some kind of government agenda that whosoever will do something which is not suitable to the current government's agenda, they will be slapped with UAPA?
It's not like what you have
Conjured.
conjured or what you have come to know. What happened was that we had busted a module of Ansarul Bangla team connected to AQIS in Nalbari, Barpeta, Tamulpur area. This was about 15 days back. So while we were interrogating, we came to know about their contacts and others. There, we had come to know about one Mohar Ali. At that time, when they were arrested, we did not know who this Mohar Ali is, and this matter was deliberated also. And we had, along with our intelligence agencies, we wanted to locate who is this Mohar Ali. Subsequently, this incident of Mia Museum came up at Lakhimpur, where again the gentleman was Mohar Ali. So we asked these people who were still in judicial custody, is it the same person? He said, yes, he is the same person. So now the challenge before us is to find out whether Mr. Mohar Ali was in contact with them in his personal capacity or in his capacity as the progenitor of Mia Museum, and whether this support and help that he had uh, asked, that he had sought and got, was it in for himself or for this organization, or and was it taken from these people in their individual capacity or in their capacity as representatives of ABT AQIS. So that is why he has been arrested in that case. We would verify it, and we have details of because these days, as you know, most of the things are technically available to the investigating agencies, so they are available, and we are working on it.
One very direct question. Quite often these days, you raise the name of a Bangladesh-based terror organization, Islamic terror organization. Is it just to create panic among people, or just to showcase that there is an external threat, or is it very serious? How serious is this threat, that terror threat you Assam Police keeps raising about?
See, as I said, uh, all these modules that have been busted in Assam in the last uh, since February this year have been after a very long intelligence operation. In fact, the first busting of module was almost after 1 year of intelligence based operations being carried out, and arrests follow substantial collection of evidence, and after the arrest, whatever we have recovered by way of evidence is being produced in court of law, and it is quite substantial. And I am convinced at this point in time that we have been able to intervene at appropriate time. Had we been a couple of years late, then they would have shifted or progressed from the position of trying to form a sleeper cell to active armed cell.
At the moment, if you have to tell a citizen of Assam that the penetration of this organization is serious, very serious, or moderate?
Uh, it's it's less than moderate. They are trying to form sleeper cells or modules. At this stage, they are on a lookout for person or persons who can become the nucleus for such modules. In certain cases, they have found such persons, and two, three, four persons have aggregated with them, but nothing beyond that. At this stage, they have not reached the stage of training. They have reached the stage of indoctrination, but they have not progressed beyond that towards training, whether ideological training or armed training. Armed training is generally the last part. So, if we continue with the vigil that we have, I feel that we would be pushing the agenda substantially.
Mr. GP Singh, thank you for joining India Today NE. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.